Hello and welcome to Irony, an overview video. Irony, what is it? Irony is the difference between what is expected to happen and the actuality of events. Something that is ironic is unexpected. There are three types of irony: verbal, situational, and dramatic. Verbal irony. Verbal irony is when a speaker or writer says one thing but actually means the opposite. For example, when your mom walks into your filthy bedroom and says, "I see you've cleaned your room." Sarcasm is one type of verbal irony. Other examples: the locker room smells really good. Awesome, another homework packet. Tip: to find the verbal irony, ask yourself what is really being said. If what the person actually says is not exactly what the person really means, you likely have verbal irony. Situational irony. When what actually happens is the opposite of what is expected. Something about the situation is completely unexpected. An example of situational irony would be if a thief's house was broken into at the same time he was robbing someone's house. Other examples: you comment on the beautiful weather you've been having just 5 minutes before a tornado rips through your house. Bill Gates uses an Apple computer. Tip: to find the situational irony, ask yourself, what were you expecting would happen, or what did you expect it to be? If the situation is something different than what we expect would happen, or is the opposite of what you might expect someone would say or do, then it is likely situational irony. Dramatic irony. When the reader understands more about the events of a story than a character. You know something that a character doesn't. For example, when Romeo believes Juliet is dead, but the audience knows that she has only been given a potion to sleep. Other examples: Bart's parents are proud of the A he got on the test, but we know he cheated. Alex writes a love poem to Judy, but we know that Judy loves Devin. Tip: to identify dramatic irony, ask yourself, what did you already know happened or was going to happen? Let's practice. Name that irony. This is dramatic irony. The audience knows information that Kermit does not. He's a puppet. Name that irony. This is verbal irony. The character does not really mean what he says. He is using sarcasm. Name that irony. This is situational. An out-of-order elevator is the opposite of what you'd expect in an elevator company. Name that irony, The Alchemist. Which type of irony is used in the following excerpts? This is dramatic irony. The readers know something that another character doesn't know, which lets us in on a secret in the novel. The boy plans to deceive the merchant's daughter by telling her stories that he's read in books, but leading her to believe that he's the one who had those adventures. He doesn't expect her to know the difference, which shows how little he respects her. Name that irony. This is situational. The word infidels creates irony here. Root fidels means faithful or believer, and the prefix in means not. Even though the people have different religious beliefs than Santiago, they are still believers of something. And also, it's likely that the Arabic people view Santiago himself as an infidel. Name that irony. Dramatic. The reader knows that Santiago is a traveler and enjoys going to new places. The reader also knows that Santiago can afford the trip to Africa. Name that irony. Verbal. Note, you have to read on to catch the irony here. The owner is trying to help Santiago. The new friend is a thief. Now he understood why the owner of the bar had been so upset. He was trying to tell him not to trust that man. This is the moment, a little bit later after this part of the story happens, where Santiago realizes the irony of the situation. Then he realized that he had been distracted for a few moments, looking at the sword. His heart squeezed as if his chest had suddenly compressed it. He was afraid to look around because he knew what he would find. This is the moment in the marketplace where Santiago realizes that his new friend had left with his money. Let's review. Something that is ironic is unexpected. If it's sarcasm, it's verbal. If unexpected by everyone, no one saw that coming, it's situational. If unexpected by a character, but the reader is in on it, it's dramatic. As always, if you have any questions, make sure to ask your teacher.